coming out and setting up and, man, showing a lot of love, man. Appreciate it.
Man, you guys have been solid since you came into rec. You guys have been a, now going on a long time customer of ours, and yeah, man, we're intrigued by Hobbs. We're intrigued by this whole area. Being in Albuquerque, we're so far, 5 hours literally away from you guys, but it's such a different area.
Right.
It's such a different, it's almost like culture shock coming out here because we were talking to Wani. He's never been out this way, and he's like, oh my gosh, there's nothing out here. And then he's seen all the oil equipment. And we were kind of explaining to him how it works.
Yeah.
And for someone who's never been out to this part of the country, it's wild to see. And to see, a town like Hobbs, you're driving and there's like nothing, and then boom.
There's a whole community. It's 60,000 people show up. Yeah.
Well, and it seems like there's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Specifically your road, it seems like it's just boom, boom, boom. One after another.
Man. You got the coming in to Texas, the casino. We got the casino. We got the racetrack. We got, Hobbs is a really cool town, man. It's the people who really came together and really try to promote, commerce to the town. There's a lot of cats that really build cool stuff that bring a lot of people to town. A lot of new industry, a lot of new commercial businesses and stuff. That they come in, and Hobbs, like I said, it's really growing, man. It's a cool town, man.
Well, and there's you hear that there's oil and gas in New Mexico, but without being actually out here and seeing the impact it has, that kind of work seems like it fuels the area out here, no pun intended.
That's it.
But it's such a huge industry. How does that correlate to cannabis? Do they intertwine?
Yeah, they do, man. I mean,
without snitching out
without telling on nobody.
It's hard work.
Oh yeah, and it's and they intertwine. They do, and like everybody knows, it's medicine. You know what I mean? A lot of people just fuck that. Nah, man, it's not like that.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
And we think about it that way. Oh, it's snitching out the workers, but man, talk about harm reduction, from them using alcohol or pills or something to, get through their aches and pains and relief and recovery from that kind of work. But cannabis is almost, at a level harmless for these guys to use. And when the alternative would be pills and alcohol.
Pill, absolutely.
So if I was, and I am a company owner, and I'd much rather my guys use cannabis than other forms of relief. Because, much less if the job's hard, fucking life's hard.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think that's the one thing that really brings us to cannabis is that relief. And it could just be from stress. It could be from your own head. It could be from whatever, from physical, pain and exertion. But we'll see, I think, as the world kind of destigmatizes cannabis, if we can, get it. So, companies are okay with their guys using.
Bud. Yeah, man. Because, when you're out there, especially when you get up in age and then your body hurts, instead of taking some type of, hydrocodone or some type of, form addicting pill, man, I'm against any of that. You know what I mean?
Well, you were just talking about it with you said you were a bull rider.
Oh, yeah.
You said you stopped smoking, but then when you started riding bulls.
Yeah, we smoke some bud. Yeah, that's the thing, and it ain't so for pain, I've got some family members, that it has hit them directly, with stuff of having pain and having addiction, you know what I mean? That it's definitely a destroying freaking,
well,
anything
and they say
that it touches, you know what I mean?
They say all use is medicinal, in a way. And whether it's from pain relief or whatever, whether you're using it to regulate your mood, stress relief.
We need more of that. Yeah, we definitely need more of the mood, because if I can get a bunch of that just to do that to everybody. Hey, your mood, man. Hey, here you go. There you go. Yep. Take one of these. You'll be straight.
I think that's one of those things. If everybody smoked, the world would be a different
absolutely,
place.
Absolutely.
I know that's my main use of cannabis is going to be just, in a sense, a mood stabilizer.
Right.
I've always been real high-strung, ADHD kind of personality. So yeah, cannabis gives me traction, and allows me to, function and get on with my day.
Absolutely.
So yeah, man. So from working in the oil field to bull riding to cannabis.
Yeah.
What got you there?
I don't know, bro. I tell you that on the cool, man. Like I told you earlier, I like the governor. I was trying to get out of these industries. I'd kind of burned out. I was wanting to do something different, man, and it's cool with change, you know what I mean? Change is cool, man. And I was wanting to change, and like I said, the governor came up and was saying that, and that they might do that in 20. That they might do it in recreation. So I was like, here's an opportunity for me, the oil field's done. I've done, it really blessed me, my family, everybody that was involved with me. It what I mean? It was a really cool time, and I was like, I'm gonna take a chance, I'm gonna do something totally different, and I did that, man. And I came out and in 20, I bought this place. It used to be a muffler shop, and it was it was a muffler shop. It had these big jacks, and it was vacant for freaking 10, I
wouldn't imagine
years,
that. I was asking your guys if you built this part or
No, bro, we built this. We added a wall. We did the stairs. We did the VIP. Because it used to be a old, like I said, a muffler shop. We took all the jacks out of it. So I started that in 2020. So it was definitely a chance. You know what I mean? Trying to go. Going, man. Giving it and being able to.
So this was the first location?
Yeah, this one. So yeah. So when I had this, and then we did it was a spot I had in Carlsbad, right? Because I'd worked in Carlsbad. My service company was there for so long, so I was familiar with that area. I had a lot of people that worked for me, and started a deal there. And it was just, it wasn't feasible, it wasn't, you couldn't put enough people in it, you know what I mean? You can't, and it's about money, you know what I mean? And not knowing, and figuring it would be a certain way, and it wasn't that way. So, you have to adapt.
Well, and I think it's cool that you brought that up, because I think a lot of people that got into cannabis in the beginning thought it was going to be one way. And it's not.
Right.
It's in a sense just like any other business, especially with the open licensing.
Absolutely.
They opened licensing wide open.
Right.
And for us, we had came in. I had bought a company during medical time, so we had a 2-year head start, 3-year head start on kind of establishing ourselves as a brand. But we were, in a sense, apprehensive, kind of scared about open licensing, because I was like, oh man, it's going to get saturated. We watched this happen in Oklahoma,
right.
And a lot of other states, and sure enough, it did.
That's what happened.
It saturated out from growers to manufacturers to retail. Yep,
everything.
And so now, it's not the worst thing in the world, but obviously, New Mexico's only so big of a pond.
Right.
So when you got so many fish, it starts to make things a little more difficult.
It does.
But I think it also allows brands like myself and like your brand to shine. You guys got a really nice place here.
Thank you.
Knowing this was a muffler shop is like a really big testament to what you could do with like building rehab.
Absolutely.
Because this place is beautiful, man. It's super nice.
Thank
I
you.
thought just, from the stairs and the different little things that you guys had built it from the
ground up.
Yeah. So knowing that this was all rehab, that's even cooler.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot. And not everybody is willing to offer a unique experience.
Right.
And it really seems like you guys are going after a unique experience, especially with the lounge. So this is something that's newer, right?
Right. Yeah, this one here is going to be like the first here in Hobbs. You know, you can see it. You know, and when we created, I wanted to create this vibe, man, this live energy. When you come in, you'd be like, oh, you would, like this is something like you would see in Vegas, man.
Yeah,
and that's why we.
Oh man, and the lights are on right now, so we could film the show.
Don't do it, yeah.
But yeah, with the lights off, the environment in here and the atmosphere is super cool. You guys got really cool fixtures and beautiful furniture in here.
Right.
And yeah, it's kind of crazy because it almost takes you to another world.
Yeah.
You're coming off the oil fields and kind of the industrial side outside, and then you come in here and it's very swanky, very like an upscale lounge.
Exactly. And that's what we shot for, man. And it was I think that we did pretty good.
Yeah. No, I definitely think I'm really excited for tonight.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna pack it out and have a DJ in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think it's really cool that you guys are doing something like this. Not only doing something like this, period, but in this area.
Yeah. Cool.
I think consumption lounges and consumption areas are like super overlooked in the state.
Right.
I don't think there's enough good ones out there because especially with travelers and people that aren't necessarily from the area, they need a place to be able to consume. They need a place to be able to, to be able to go. And yeah, this is a really cool thing that you guys put together here.
Man, thank you. It's been it's a cool thing that, like I said, it's just a tool, to help, for the cast to come, to draw, you know what I mean?
So how many, you guys got multiple locations now, though, right?
Here's one here, and then they're in Jal, New Mexico. Yeah, we got an outdoor lounge that's out there that they kill it, and it's a really cool vibe, really cool, the same kind of cool energy that they have over there, really.
Are you guys planning on more? What's the future look like?
Man, the future for EG, man. I tell you what, it's gonna be really, really bright, man.
Yeah.
We got some things changing. We got some cool stuff that I'm looking into to be able to, better, not just better EG, but better the cats who've been down with me, that worked with me, because this cats have been there, since the Ripper, 3 years ago when we started, and you go, anything, you go through all these different people and different attitudes and freaking problems and all those things, that you go through, but you have to go through that to get to here.
Yeah. Building a team's hard, man. These two guys right here, they're some of my original guys. And we've seen a lot of faces over the years. And a lot of people come on strong and, say they want to help, they want to be part of it. But at the end of the day, not many people want to put in the work.
Right.
But yeah, no, I've been really lucky. I've got an amazing core crew. And it sounds like you found your core crew as well.
Absolutely.
And I think that literally determines a business success.
Absolutely. To get in every day, grind, come when I'm sick, I don't feel good. Whatever it is that you have to do every day to make sure that the business, because that's the main thing, to focus on the business.
Well, and I think your guys and your people, your crew, they gotta believe in you.
Absolutely.
Wani told me, when we first started, we were in this little tiny building in Socorro, and it was me, Wani, and a couple other people, and I told him, from the beginning, we're gonna be one of the biggest companies in the state. We're gonna be one of the biggest, concentrate brands in the state, and he was like, okay, and I think he believed me at the time, but I think he was just down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, whatever you say, boss. And a few years passed and he walked up to me all serious and he was like, boss, you were telling the truth. You knew it was gonna, you know what I mean? You knew it was gonna happen.
You manifested
and I was like, well, didn't you know too? And he's like, yeah, I did, but oh my gosh, like look how big it's gotten.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it took people like him believing in me and what we were doing and the cause and the whole picture.
Absolutely.
And so I think that's often overlooked. People get into business,
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And they want to know why it's not working. And a lot of times you haven't built that good team.
That's absolutely, yeah.
People don't believe in you. People don't want to follow you.
They want, they want that easy win.
And that's essential.
Yeah.
And so back to saturation. How's it looking now?
Man, dude, it's
how many stores are in this area right here?
I want to say there's like, in Hobbs, I think there's 24.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I think there's probably another 6, 7 coming. Yeah, coming to town, and then you've got
so what do you think? You think they're gonna cap licenses? You think they're gonna do anything?
I think it's too late, bro.
Yeah,
it's too late.
Cat's out the bag.
The genie's out the bottle, bro.
I think if they did, they just get sued.
Yeah, man.
At this point,
yeah. I mean, it's too late.
Somebody told me that they should, a guy in the industry was like, they need to cut back plant counts. Right. And I'm like, well, how the fuck are they going to do that?
Right.
They already let the cat out of the bag. Right. They're letting people go 20, 30, 40, 50,000 plants.
Right.
If you go and tell any of them they can't, they're just going to sue you.
Yeah. It's too late now.
You can't let people do something and then say, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Because, Joe Schmo, I didn't get a turn yet, is going to come and say, well, I didn't get a turn yet.
Exactly.
This isn't fair.
Exactly.
So, my take on the whole thing is make licenses transferable. Cap licenses, but make the current licenses transferable.
Right.
And the reason I say that is right now our licenses aren't transferable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You change the name,
get somebody else.
A new license. So if you made them transferable and you capped them, that would put a value on them.
Right.
So, Joe Schmo, I didn't figure it out. Instead of losing everything and losing his grandma's house he put up or whatever, he could then, in a sense, sell that license, like liquor license.
Right, absolutely.
You'd have so many of them, and I think that would control the amount. Like you said, the cat's out the bag. There's so many right now, but I think just letting it go, man, it's
just making a bad situation worse. Eh?
Yeah. And, I know the state gets a fee for everyone and whatever, and there's more taxes and blah, 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 and more. But,
bro, where the state taking the money, though? Because I seen a deal. I think they was telling me, man, one of the cats from my team, they was telling me that that the CCD gets like 2% of all the money.
Yeah, so it's like,
what the hell?
And I hate to compare it to this, but we tried to give to one of the animal shelters out there, out by me. And we found out that when you give to the animal shelter, it goes to the county fund. So only so much of a percentage went to the animal shelter. It went to everything else, Parks and Rec, all this other shit. So if you wanted to donate to one cause, which we wanted to help the dogs, you couldn't allocate all your money there.
Right.
So I think the same thing with the state is it goes into the state fund. And like you're saying, they don't even have enough money for staff.
Yeah, to sit here to do all these different things.
And me and Carver were talking on the Christmas special what were they proposing, Jesh? Like $3 billion or something they fucking needed? 80 million? Don't quote me, look it up.
70 million. They were asking for a funding increase of 70 million.
And that was just so they could have and maybe not regional offices. I remember I said that would help things if they had region, but that was just so they could hire enough people to send people out.
Right. But here's the deal. I'm all down for compliance. I'm pro compliance. I'm compliance out the wazoo, because we have people, you have a cats that disgruntled that call the state and they come and they look. And my thing is, the state, man, they need to start checking people that's not doing it right. The cats and I don't know if that's going to even be possible, anymore. I don't know.
Well, you just said it earlier. I said, oh man, you're the first, consumption lounge in Hobbs, and you said the first legal one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we laugh about it, but I'm with you. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why do I got to play by the rules, but somebody over there doesn't?
It doesn't, man.
And man, I mean, I think it just creates this really unlevel playing field in the state. The state does have to do something about it.
Right.
And like I said, Carver, he brought up, Andrew brought up some really good points. We think that they're getting all this money but they're not.
They're not. No.
They're only getting this little tiny percentage of this community fund.
Yeah, this huge fund.
And with as corrupt as, governments or whatever are, who knows where that money's going?
Exactly. Where's the money?
And that's where they need to put Larry Barker or somebody, some investigative reporter on where does this money go?
Where is the money? Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure it was like, and don't quote me, look it up, but I'm pretty sure it was like $1 billion.
Yeah, it was $1 billion. Yeah, and that's when the Feds started busting them and shit down there in fentanyl. But where's the money? That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. So the state's bringing in that much money. Cannabis cannabis companies and consumers are paying the tax and bringing in that much money, and then they're seizing it at the fucking little pathetic checkpoints.
Yeah, what the hell's that about?
And hey, man, if those checkpoints aren't the most racist fucking checkpoints I've ever been to, they just look at you.
Yeah.
If you don't look fucking Mexican, or I guess whatever they're looking for, or if you don't look, I guess if you're not in a fucking van,
they
just let you go. They don't give a fuck. I've rarely, knock on wood, because we just went through it the other day with some product. But I've rarely been fucked with at those, and the only thing I could think is I don't look the right Hispanic. I don't look Mexican enough for them. But I just don't even get the point of the checkpoint to begin with.
Yeah, I don't know if they pissed off or somebody, whatever, man. But
and then the fact that they're seizing cannabis with manifests.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
What happened to state rights?
Yeah, and it was I know a cat, man, that just here recently got busted, man. He was telling me, man, it was like, bro, that's such a big L, man, that we already are hurting, we're already at rock bottom.
How does a small company take $100K fucking
man?
Seizure.
That's tough, man. I don't know how you can do that. I don't know how you could do that and come back. You got deep pockets, because that's that, and then they may give it back to you, but it's too late then.
Well, and I don't think they're going to give it back. I don't think that, and the fact that they're taking it is just stupid. That's somebody's got to fucking stick up their ass. Somebody has some whatever. It's probably political or some shit.
Some bullshit.
But
told them.
Last time I checked, there was a war fought over states' rights.
Right.
So to let a state say something's okay, and then for the feds, because they're 100 miles in from the border.
They could go in there and just jack your shit.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, but the feds, man.
But they're suing them.
The feds, the feds. It's hard to beat the feds, man. The feds is the feds.
We'll see. So local company is suing them.
Yeah.
I think it's Dark Matter. I think it's Chadwick.
Yeah.
Matt Chadwick. He's actually, maybe not him specifically. Look it up, obviously. But yeah, they're suing him. There's a lawsuit going through
to take care of that.
Yep.
They need
because how are they allowed to
do that and just do that and be good with that and know you just ass out. No number to call, no nothing.
Well,
and get to you. We'll call you. You don't call us.
And so if the checkpoint is for border security, well, they can tell it didn't come from Mexico.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. The people transporting it are, New Mexico citizens. Yeah. So what's the issue? Yeah. And I just think that it doesn't seem like they would have a cause, like a probable cause to fuck with you.
But there's somebody, the ups, saying, hey,
tag
you see them, some bitches driving the vans.
Yeah.
Get them. You see them, get them. You see them. That's happening,
Well, and it's going back to, I hear these motherfuckers talking and chatting back and forth online, and they're going back to the smuggling days.
Yeah.
They're talking about how to get through the checkpoint and how to, what to, that's not what we're here to talk about or, give people hints on, but old school shit, what to ride with in the car.
You give them no choice.
Yep.
You give me no choice to do that.
Yep. You got other people doing like a all clear, you know what I mean? People that are cruising that path every day, they're saying, okay, it's clear. But like I said, you're the wrong shade of brown or you're in the wrong vehicle in there. And they're gonna fuck with you anyways.
Yep. And like I said, I think it's just the up saying, you come in there, hey, because they know what they're looking for. And that's the thing. But I just hope that the state, and I don't know, man, they're gonna have to help the local retailers,
Yeah.
man. You're gonna have to help the local mom and pop retail shops, and hopefully like the 280E will help if it doesn't come too late. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of
and we'll see with the rescheduling. Yeah.
And if that does, because I know that would definitely, hopefully bring a lot of new, some new money and be able to help.
They shot something down. They paused it, didn't they? I read that they paused it. The DEA got in trouble for conspiring.
Yeah, with those other cats.
With the anti.
Yeah, they had something like that. Yeah,
So they shut down the whole paused or did something. Look it up, Google it.
Yeah.
But
look it up. Don't quote me on
Jess doesn't have a microphone today, so he's all quiet over there. But and back to that reschedule. I'm all about descheduling.
Right.
I think reschedule is really a slippery slope. Number one, you never heard of any mom and pop codeine manufacturers.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I think that rescheduling puts it in the hands of the pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, the big dogs.
I try to stay away from politics, and I try to stay real, anti-political. But yeah, I was pretty disturbed that when it came down to the pardon list, that they didn't. Yeah, it was a bunch of fucking pedophiles and scumbags. You know what I mean? And
did they let them out?
Yeah, and so it's pretty crazy. I'm hoping the world rights itself, and we see something different. Like I said, we don't usually talk politics, but I could have, when I see that he pardoned Fauci, I was like, oh man,
they all crooked, man. That's what I'm saying. It's just what can you do for me? Now it's a new lead now.
Oh, not dirty, but I was hoping they were gonna, publicly fucking aim Fauci.
Yeah.
Oh, that slippery bastard.
And then come in and make it all right, man. But I just hope, like I said, that the state and like the retail side here comes together, man, because it's really it really needs some help, man. It really does. It really needs and like, I don't know if it's too late, if you what's gonna change it. When are you gonna get $50 eighths again? Are you never gonna see that? Or you know what I mean? Are you ever gonna get top dollar for your product ever again?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Supply and demand. Basically when we came in from medical, we had high demand, low supply.
Right.
And then with saturation, we've just flipped that on its head. Yeah. And now, I mean, if you look at these plant counts, we grew more weed and more product than we can consume, plus Texas. And so that's where it gets weird.
Yeah.
And that's where I think we're gonna, unfortunately, because I'm on the wholesale side of it, we're going to continue to see prices drop a little bit.
Yeah.
And the price at the retail is going to have to be so competitive because you got 5 more lining up down the road.
Exactly, man. And you can't.
Well,
exactly.
We won't name any names, but you've got some brazen ones that aren't following a markup.
Exactly.
Order.
Exactly.
Most people keystone their products, which means, they double the price.
Right.
You know what I mean? If something's $20, they sell it for $40, whatever, because they buy it in bulk.
Right.
Whatever. But you've got other people that are coming in that are like, okay, if I got this for $20, I'll sell it for $30. And, in a sense, try to move it quicker.
Yep.
Well, what that does is everything on the next guy's shelf that he's trying to sell for $40 sits there.
It does.
You know what I mean? Until he drops it, and then everybody just plays.
It's a wicked cycle. What they call it, the race to the bottom.
Yep.
It's the race to the bottom when you create that scenario, know?
And it's the one thing that doesn't change is our overhead.
Right.
You know what I mean? What it costs. There's a reason cannabis is expensive, and there's a reason there's a markup there. Is because to run a facility, to go through all the 280E, all the bullshit tax crap, you don't necessarily make that margin that people think.
Right.
And I think that's a big misconception, and why a lot of guys fail when they get into it, because they're just not expecting the expenses.
Right.
And we've talked about it way back on the old podcast, is I never knew how many millions I would have to make $1 million.
Absolutely.
And if you think about that, you're like, what do you mean? And for you to actually see just $1 million, you got to make 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever, 4. Absolutely. Depending on I'm a lab, so we have really high overhead.
Right.
That's why concentrates usually cost a lot. But
Right.
yeah, man, it takes so much money to dump in. You know, one of my early mentors said cannabis was a monster because it's always hungry and it's never satisfied and it never stops eating.
Yeah, you just keep pouring in.
And it is. There's nothing truer that's been told to me along the ride other than that, because I could go spend $1 million tomorrow,
right?
And you wouldn't even fucking notice it. It'd be a few pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
You know, Jess could spend it in half a day just on some cameras.
Right. And then and being able to get the
and booms and mechanical fucking robots that carry all this shit.
You
but
do all that shit.
When you're investing into your craft and when you're trying to operate at a certain level, you know, it's nuts how much money that costs, and I think that's a big thing that gets overlooked.
Right. Yeah. It takes some cash to operate. A lot of people understand that when you get into this deal, man. You know. Hey, I can tell you, shout out to the state of New Mexico. They're the only ones making any money in this bitch. Because and if anybody's telling you that they making money, they lying. They're lying to you. You hear me?
You know, and it's crazy because we see the numbers, and the average Joe that doesn't understand it. Yeah, it seems like all this money is just coming raining down from the heavens, but man, it's spread thin.
It is.
It's spread thin, and you got so many people that are grabbing at it. And so that's where, like I said, a pause on licensing, allowing transferable licenses, I think that might help. But at the end of the day, I don't think they're going to do it.
No.
There's too much. And so you're going to see, you know, I was in Vegas for MJ BizCon. And if you've ever been to Vegas, the one thing you kind of will notice in the dispensaries, and if you haven't, check it next time you're there, you'll notice it's all MSOs. It's all, there's no mom and pop, there's no local shit. It's all MSOs. Majors. It's all multi-state brands. And I can't remember a lot of the brands. That Tyson was out there. You know, same shit that's infiltrated our state.
Right, absolutely.
You know, and then like nothing against Tyson, whatever. But it's a multi-state brand. There's a tons of brands that you know, we have in the state that are multi-state brands. But it wasn't the fact that there was MSOs there. It was the fact that there was no locals there.
No locals.
It was fucking big boys only.
That's it.
And that's scary.
Yeah, it is.
Because, you know, most people think farmers are way bigger than we are, but we're a mom and pop.
Hey, that's exactly it. Hell yeah.
We're not. It's just me and my wife. Right. You know, we're no investors, no debt.
Hey, homie, I can relate. It's all me. It's all me.
So being a mom and pop and being a local brand, we want to be able to compete on a you know, eventually a multi-state platform, but what is it going to take to get there? And are we going to get pushed out before, you know what I mean?
Right, before
the show even starts.
Exactly.
And that's where, like, you know, Vegas got weird with their licenses, and I think the opportunity for a lot of people got cut off there, and you just, it went to the highest bidder.
You got it.
And only the big boys have the money.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, and you know, I hate to say it, but you know, the quality suffered, in my opinion, because of that. In Vegas. And I think that being able to tap into all the craft, the local guys, the guys putting a little extra into their product, it just opens you for a whole different level of quality.
Right.
And I think that once you push out that craft, I mean, same thing with craft beer.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're into that or whatever, you know, most people would way prefer a local, you know, craft beer over, like, you know, whatever, a Budweiser.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I mean? But, you know, look who sells more. So
Budweiser.
Yeah.
They sell plenty.
So, and you know, so yeah, it's something to look at and really pay attention to as we try to battle with all these big boys and you know, these multi-state operators, because
and
it's gonna get real.
It's coming, and it's coming fast. You know, I know here in Hobbs, you know, we've got a lot of spots that cats are you know, popping into different spots, you know, so that's why I'm like, hey man, it's a crazy market, man, and I really try for our store to really get a quality product, man, you know what I mean? Because I feel like some customers, if they're just looking for a deal and they want cheap, they're gonna go wherever. You know what I'm saying? But if I can get a quality product, you know, at a good price, and the price is what it is, man, and the customers that I try to shoot for, you know, that I strive to get, they don't mind paying that price. You know?
Well, and I think it seems like that's the one thing that the border companies have
that we don't have,
that Albuquerque
don't have.
Oh man, Albuquerque, it seems like their retail price is really low.
Yeah.
You know, and it seems like y'all are still fetching somewhat of a decent retail price.
Right.
But yeah, in Albuquerque, it seems like, if it's not a $3 joint or whatever,
you can't move it.
You can't move it.
Man.
And so, you know, whatever, $5, whatever. But it seems like the border stores are still fetching a little bit of a decent price on premium product. Yeah. And I guess that probably just means Texans don't mind spending a little money.
Yeah, they don't mind paying. They don't mind paying.
But all it takes is every other store in the area to cut your throat.
Exactly.
And you got to go there too.
And that's what's happening here. You know, that's what happened down here. You know, I think the market is $15 ace, and it's cutthroat here, man. This is freaking Thunderdome. You come down here, it's Thunderdome, homie. It's freaking a Thunderdome retail down here, brother. They want to, you know, okay, buy one, get one half, buy one, get two for free. You know, you feel me? They're just not realizing, man, that, you know what? It's just a race to the bottom, homie. Because at the end of the day, the taxes, they gotta get paid, homie. And then if you don't get that line,
well, and you're seeing people drop like flies from not paying their taxes.
Yeah, man, and and that's what I was saying. Hey, the state's making it, and they're talking about what in July going up another percentage. And are you freaking kidding me? If they would go ahead.
That's on retail.
Yeah, retail.
Yeah, I heard about that. So so for the consumer, they want to go up, but at the end of the day, you know who's going to eat that? The stores, the manufacturers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to keep the price the same.
Yeah. Yeah, because everybody's going to be like, damn, you going up? You going up? Oh, shit, you know, you have to, you know, eventually. But, you know, man, this is a crazy market, man, and it's a damn sure an industry that you learn quick.
Yeah.
and you don't get your money back. So you have to come in, and like I said, when we did this, doing something and evolving, because like I said, here in Hobbs, man, there's a lot of shops that are cool shops, you know what I mean, that really deserve to, you know, get a shot, man. But it's just, it comes down to, man, how cheap can you get it, you know, and then how much can you give me, and then, you know, so, and then, you know, you got the medical market that we got those guys down here that, you know, they still have their customer base that people, they say, hey man, this is the bud I like.
You guys still do a good amount of medical sales?
Man, not hardly none, bro. Hardly, you know, on the medical, just not much at all, man. But being able to just, you know, have a good product, you know, that's kind of where I'm at, you know, because that's where we just get that return customer that he's like, yo, man, I like that bud, or this is shit, you know, I don't want to smoke that, you know.
Well, I'm really seeing people turn for quality, you know. Granted, you know, price has gone where it's gone, but I think, you know, no pun intended, I think they're really weeding out the low quality shit.
Yeah.
And it's just, there's so much out there. There's no reason to go for trash.
Right.
You know, you can usually find some decent quality for the right price, you know, and work with the right company that you don't have to have trash on your shelf.
Right.
And I think that at the end of the day, the companies people that actually smoke, that actually try their product, that actually, this is good weed, by the way. I don't know where y'all got that, but yeah, those are good joints.
Yeah, that's good joints. That's some Charlie joints right there. Shout out to my man Charlie. Shit, yeah.
Yeah, no, those are good stuff, but it's about having flavor, taste, quality, because at the end of the day, everybody can access crap, and I think that returning customers will go after the stuff that tastes better, that they have a better experience with, because I mean, everything's kind of plateauing out at a level of price, and we'll see where everybody ends up.
Where it pops off at, man.
So yeah, no, excited for tonight. You guys' grand opening of the Syndicate Lounge.
Yeah. We're gonna pop it off, man. Like I said, thanks for coming, showing, man. Much love, man. You know, it's a lot of people behind the scenes that helped this, you know, that made this deal work, you know, and then for, you know, EG, man, it's like I said, the future's really bright, man, for that company. You know, we've got.
What's the next city?
Man, we're gonna, like, my main thing is Jal right now,
Okay.
man. You know, we're gonna do some cool stuff down there. We gotta grow and different stuff.
Okay, cool.
Man, that we're looking into do down there, you know, because we gotta build.
And that's about an hour away?
Probably about 35, 40 minutes, you know.
Okay.
It's cool. So, you know, we're gonna go down there and just do our thing and see what happens. And
well, good luck with that, and good luck tonight. Where can people find you if they want to get a hold of you guys?
Man, you just need to go to enchantmentgrowth.com, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, come book your the Syndicate. You know, you can find us on the Syndicate _ New Mexico, man, on Instagram.
And what's the address here?
It's 1912 North Grimes.
Grimes and Hobbs.
You know. Yeah, and you can, like I said, we have it where you can book your party. You know what I mean? Come here. You got showcase all the cats that. You know, and that was the main thing, like for the night, to come in and bring the culture and all the cats to have cool product that really we don't get to try that shit, man, that they could showcase it, you know. So, you know, and it's like I said, come out, man.
Yeah, you got some big brands coming in tonight.
Yeah, man, you know, Growers Circle, I shout out to them cats, man. Seed Junkie, them cats, man. They can bring some joints and give us some cool stuff, man. And it was just, like I said, to really cool to come together, man, and, you know, to build this and to really have it. And it's going to be badass, man. It's a one-of-a-kind deal, man, and it's the first time that any kind of shit like this happened down here in the Flatland. You know,
we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into on a Monday night.
Hell yeah, I can find you some. I can find you some for sure, man.
Hell yeah. All right, well, thanks for having us out here. Farm Table on location at the Syndicate Lounge in Enchantment Growth in Hobbs, New Mexico.
Yes, sir.
And can't wait for the party.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, big dog.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. Hell yeah.
Welcome to the Farm Table.